Hello everyone, welcome to the .NET Office. In this video we will discuss about the introduction of linked list. We are going to start our new tutorial series on linked list in C#. In this tutorial series we will see how we create different type of the linked list in C# and we will use Visual Studio as a tool. So in this video let's discuss what is the linked list and what are the advantage and disadvantage of the linked list. So when we talk about the linked list, so it gives us more benefit over the array, and if we will talk about the linked list in the simple word, so we can say a linked list is a collection of nodes where each node is connected to the next node through a pointer. Like for an example, in this image you can see here we have a node. Basically a node contain two type of the data. One is the data and another is the pointer, and basically like that pointer is a reference of the next node that we will discuss. Like we will understand more about this element, or we can say the node, when we will do the practical. So in other words, like a linked list is a linear data structure, or we can say it's a dynamic data structure which contain the node and where each node contain two items. As I am saying, like two item means one is the data, like one is the data field and another is the pointer, or we can say the reference, and that is the next, and to the next element or node in the list. Like one is the data and another is the pointer to the next element. Like this item contain the address of the next node. So that is the linked list. Now next is like when we are working with the linked list, then what all are the basic operation we can do with the linked list. So when we will talk about the operation in the linked list, then we can do the insertion. Like we can add any element in the beginning of the list, and we can delete any element from the list based on the key, or node we can delete, and we can display the complete list. And if we want to search any element from the table, or sorry, from the linked list, then through key we can search that element as well. And if we want to delete the particular element data, then through the key we can delete that element or the data from the linked list. So these are the operations we can do with the linked list. We will discuss all these operations when we will create our linked list, and we will do all type of the operation in the coming videos. Now next is like now we get to know like linked list is basically contain two type of the item. One is the data and another is the pointer, and that pointer basically contain the reference of the next element. So what all are the advantage comes with the linked list? So like when we are working with the linked list, so this linked list is a dynamic in nature which allocate the memory when required, and insertion and deletion operation can easily implemented in this linked list, and stack queue can be easily executed. Like when we are working with the stacks and the queue, we like the execution process is very easy, and linked list reduce the access time. Like suppose we want to access any data from the linked list, it's very easy than the array. In the coming videos we will discuss like what is the difference between the linked list and the array. Then there we will understand why linked list is more powerful than the array. And now let's talk about the disadvantage of the linked list. So the memory is wastage as pointer require extra memory for storage. As we have seen, like this linked list element is basically contain two items. One is the data and another is the reference. So we have the extra memory, like we have to take the extra memory storage. So that is the disadvantage of the linked list. And no element can be accessed randomly. It has to access each node sequentially. So that is the another disadvantage of the linked list. And traversing is difficult in the list. Like suppose if I want to traverse the reverse in the linked list, so that is little difficult in the linked list. That we will see like how we traverse reverse in the linked list in the coming videos when we will do the practical in the C#. So these are the some disadvantage of the linked list. Now if we will talk about like where we can use, like what kind of the application we can use the linked list. So suppose if we are going to create the stack, queue or graph or sorting, then we can go with the linked list because it gives the more efficient to implement such kind of the things, and it give the less complexity than the array. And linked list let us insert element at the beginning and the end of the list, so that help us in this way also. And in linked list we don't need to know the size in the advance. Like in the array, when we do any loop or anything, we have to find the data, then we should have the size of the array. Like in the initial stage we have to define the size, but in this linked list no need to define the size. So these are this is the basic about the linked list, what all are the like advantage, disadvantage, and what all are the basic operation, and what is the linked list. So these are the some common concept about the linked list. In the coming videos we will see the type of the linked list and how we implement linked list. So that's it for this video. Thank you.